Upon researching the data books, it's pretty apparent that Kishimoto wasn't looking too deeply into expanding this concept. From the data books, the most notable lightning Kekkei Genkai are, as stated, storm or gale release and explosion release. From the research I found before Naruto Shippuden was even midway done, I found a different list of lightning Kekkei Genkai that went as follows: magnet style, gravity style, storm style, radiation style, and shock release. Now, let's dive in. The first release being analyzed for this Kekkei Genkai affinity is Storm or Gale release. This jutsu is performed by many different people through the Laser Circus ability, most notably, but also from a movie villain that uses it to make small storm clouds that absorb chakra. Both lists have the same reasoning for why this Kekkei Genkai is a combination of lightning and water, but list 2 emphasizes that this release is the lightning dominant combination of these two elements, which distinguishes it from the controversy of the water dominant list that had acid release as a combination of these two elements as well. Both lists seem to agree that storm release is definitely a lightning release Kekkei Genkai, so it avoids that awkward controversy. For this combination, it's noted that gravity and explosion release both are combinations of lightning and earth, but list 2 specifies that explosion release is the earth dominant variant while gravity is the lightning dominant variant. I'm personally content with this argument from list 2, but if you believe that explosive release should be the only variant of this combination, I understand. Gravity release doesn't really contradict anything but the order of dominance, so it's up to you to decide whether you accept or reject this affinity. The fire dominant form of this combination was created by list 2, and like a broken record, the order of dominance is changed to create the radiation release lightning plus fire Kekkei Genkai. This doesn't contradict or affect anything canon-wise since there's no Kekkei Genkai with this specific combination. List 2 having it here with its dominance explanation is fine as far as I'm concerned. This combination is also a list 2 exclusive, with shock release being the lightning dominant variant while light release is the wind dominant variant. Considering the first light style user we see is C, technically from the hidden cloud, where the dominant element affinity is lightning, it would make more sense to put light here and shock on the wind dominant side, but there's still another reason light release shouldn't be here specifically. Light release is a variant of yang release, which is supposed to be a body augmentation, hence why C and everyone else using his flash pillar jutsu were all sensory ninja. Naruto and Hashirama, who possess Ashura's soul, are also sensory ninja, albeit through sage mode. But Naruto's is more notable considering his sensory was spiked beyond the norm when he received his Yang mark from Hagoromo. There's a solid case for why light release isn't exactly an elemental release, but its variations of use make it confusing to believe it's a Yang release exclusive release. Shock release also seems like it should be a water and lightning variant, honestly, so it really begs the question of what this combination actually is. Now, Advanced Lightning Style isn't examined in the series, but List 2 claims that it should be Magnet Release. In my examination of the Earth Style Kekkei Genkai, I noted that this release is usually synonymous with Earth and Wind, yet List 2 claims that Earth and Wind is Sand Release when Earth Dominant and phase release when wind dominant, while advanced lightning is considered magnet release. There are many different jutsu considered magnet release, but there's also some inconsistencies with them. For one, if magnet release is earth and wind, and magnets manipulate metal, then why can't everyone that has magnet release manipulate the same metals to some degree? Gaara still can't control iron, sand, and Boruto to any notable degree. Ross's gold dust is completely different from Gaara's sand abilities, but works similar. And there are a few metal manipulators in the filler arcs and the war that actually follow the laws of magnetism much more than Gaara and Shikaku's sand. Even Pain uses the law of magnetism better, and it's not even confirmed that the Pain corpses can use the elemental affinities. Nagato personally can use Wind Style, and Tendo Pain uses jutsu that seem like earth manipulation, but that doesn't mean it's okay to assume Almighty Push, Universal Pull, and Planetary Devastation are all a combination of earth and wind, let alone those metal manipulators. With that being said, it is also notable that I use my own logic against myself and say that none of the Pains or Nagato have shown affinity for lightning release as well. So it's still a moot point of if the Pain abilities I listed are even in this category. It's hard to truly explain where magnet release should truly be, and if sand manipulation, metal manipulation, and magnetism in general should all be separate releases, or if magnet style is just some variant of yin, yang, or combination, considering manipulating any element is technically magnetism, and Shikaku's specific magnetism actually seals movement. Magnet release is just too complicated to pinpoint without a definitive answer, but I'm personally okay with advanced lightning being considered magnet release, although that will have to retcon some of the confusion about it in the series. Now list 2 has magnet release weak to sound and strong against metal, gravity weak to light and strong against wood, storm weak to phasing and strong against glass, radiation weak to shadow and strong against sand, shock weak to flight and strong against explosive. The lightning Kekkei Genkai are the second most complicated to explain out of the 5 base affinities, as it's one of the least explored as far as Kekkei Genkai. Even though this is the most used element arguably in the series, it's surprisingly not expanded on in the lore. Let me know your thoughts though. What do you believe the lightning Kekkei Genkai should be? Where do you agree and disagree with the list? Like, subscribe, and share to support the content. And remember to stay lazy.